So something just popped into my head and I decided to make a video about it. And it's about attending church, attending the same church every Sunday, year in, year out, for an extended period of time. And I felt like it could be comparable to eating rice day in, day out, morning, noon, and night, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, for an extended period of time. If we do that, obviously we know that we would be nutritionally deficient, because rice doesn't contain everything that our bodies need to sustain us and stay healthy and vibrant. So I'm thinking this could also be applicable to our spiritual health and well-being if we stick to what we know, if we stick to the same preaching, the same people, the same environment basically, and not expose ourselves to, or not allow ourselves or open ourselves up to be exposed to other preachers, other teachers. What pops into my head is in the Old Testament, when David had been anointed king and was fleeing from Saul because Saul was trying to kill him. And there was a particular incident where he had ran to the temple. This was when he and his men ended up eating the temple, bread, and drinking the temple wine, and that not being counted against them as sin. And Saul had sent some men, when, I'm not sure if the entire story is completely accurate, but this is what is coming into my head because I've read it. And Saul had sent some men, heard about where David was, and sent some men the first time to get David to come to him. And the people he sent ended up prophesying. And then those guys went back. No, he sent another batch of people when he didn't see the first batch. Those guys as well ended up prophesying. And then I think the third time, he and some of his men, some of his other men, went, and he ended up prophesying, even though the Holy Spirit had left him, mind you. And it just brings to mind the fact that God can use anyone to speak his words to us at any point in time. And I think if we relegate ourselves to one source of spiritual nourishment, to one source of prophecy, I think we are doing to ourselves what the equivalent of what would be us eating rice and only rice as our diet. So I just wanted to express this, and hopefully people, other Christians, will see the value in expanding their horizons, in exploring other churches. I've been out of church for a while, and the pandemic basically validated that for me, because I think we put a lot of, maybe too much, emphasis on church attendance, and ascribe a lot of false holiness to that discipline. But if we look at Jesus's life, he wasn't really in the temple per se that much. Yes, he did go to temple, but he was more of a street preacher, we would call him in this day and age, as we would call him in this day and age. Maybe we ascribe too much to the discipline of attending church. So yeah, I was saying I've been out of church, and the pandemic basically validated that for me, to let me know that there was nothing necessarily wrong with taking a step back from church and choosing to find my nourishment in the Bible directly, in other preachers, exploring new preachers, exploring new teachers, and trying to break out of the mental rut, spiritual rut that I found myself in. And I believe my mind has been renewed and transformed by the contents that I've discovered since then. And yes, I do crave to go back to attending church regularly, but I'm torn because I don't want to get myself back into that same rut, or a similar rut, or any kind of rut for that matter. At the same time, I know that, like food, no church has everything, and I don't want to sell myself short in just sticking to one church. I enjoy the traditionalism of the Catholic Church. My husband's Catholic, so of course I was confirmed in the Catholic Church. I grew up in the Anglican Church, and I love the traditionalism of the Anglican Church, the hymns. I love the mellowness of the Anglican Church. I love the organization and basic zen of the Anglican Church. And of course it feels like home to me because obviously I grew up in the Anglican Church. Not obviously, I had previously just mentioned. But then I attended a Pentecostal school, so I also attended Pentecostal church. And sometimes I like the upbeat, loudness, sometimes selective moods, basically. I also enjoyed Baptist. I've recently been exposed to Baptist churches, non-denominational churches I've attended, and I like different elements of all of these brands, if you will, types of churches, brands of churches. And I don't want to sell myself short on any of these great aspects of different brands of churches. So I'm thinking I might just pick out one brand, for lack of a better word, of church from each of these classifications, and maybe alternate, either based on, I think most likely it will be based on the leading of the Holy Spirit, and also use these church attendances as an opportunity to spend time, spiritual time, with the people I care about, because I have friends that attend different churches, family members, and in different seasons of the year, different churches have different activities, and sometimes it's nice to experience all of these, to get a nice rounded view and perspective of what Christianity is like in different atmospheres. So these are my thoughts, and I decided to just document them. This is the first, no, not the first, of hopefully many, possibly a YouTube channel. I'm thinking, dreaming of putting in place to document my thoughts, document my convictions and processes, hopefully. So